Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, nestled deep within the rolling hills and whispering pines, there lay the Enchanted Forest. This magical woodland was home to countless creatures, big and small, each living harmoniously under the watchful eyes of the ancient oak trees and the sparkling streams that crisscrossed the land. In the heart of the Enchanted Forest lived a curious and brave little squirrel named Nutty. Nutty had bright, twinkling eyes and a bushy tail that seemed almost too big for his small body. He loved to explore every nook and cranny of the forest, always looking for new adventures. One sunny morning, as Nutty was scurrying along the forest floor collecting acorns, he heard a faint, sorrowful cry. He paused, his tiny ears twitching to catch the sound. It seemed to be coming from the direction of the old, twisted willow tree near the edge of the forest. Intrigued and a bit worried, Nutty decided to investigate. As Nutty approached the willow tree, he discovered a little bluebird named Skyler, trapped in a thorny bush. Skyler's delicate wings were tangled, and he was struggling to free himself. Nutty's heart went out to the poor bird. "Don't worry, Skyler. I'll help you," Nutty called out bravely. With nimble paws, Nutty carefully began to untangle Skyler's wings from the thorns. It wasn't easy, but Nutty was determined. After what seemed like hours, Skyler was finally free. The bluebird flapped his wings gratefully, chirping his thanks. "Thank you so much, Nutty. I don't know what I would have done without you," Skyler said, his voice filled with relief. Nutty beamed with pride. "It's what friends are for. But how did you get stuck there in the first place?" Skyler looked down, a bit embarrassed. "I was trying to reach the moonlit glade to find the magical silver feathers. They say if you find one, you can make a wish that will come true." Nutty's eyes widened with excitement. He had heard tales of the moonlit glade, a mystical place where the moonlight danced on the leaves, creating a silvery glow. Many animals had tried to find it, but few ever returned with a silver feather. "I've never been to the moonlit glade," Nutty said thoughtfully, "but I think it sounds like a grand adventure. Would you like some company?" Skyler's eyes sparkled with gratitude. "Oh, Nutty, that would be wonderful." And so, the brave little squirrel and the grateful bluebird set off together. They ventured through the Enchanted Forest, facing many challenges along the way. They crossed the misty marshes, where the fog was so thick they could hardly see, but Nutty's sharp senses and Skyler's keen eyesight guided them safely through. They climbed the crystal cliffs, where the rocks glittered like diamonds. Nutty used his sharp claws to scale the steep walls, while Skyler fluttered beside him, encouraging him every step of the way. Together, they made it to the top and were greeted by a breathtaking view of the entire forest. Finally, as the sun began to set, they reached the edge of the moonlit glade. The moonlight bathed the clearing in a soft, silvery glow, and there, in the center of the glade, lay a single, shimmering silver feather. Nutty and Skyler approached the feather with awe. It was more beautiful than they had ever imagined. Skyler carefully picked it up with his beak and held it out to Nutty. "Go ahead, Nutty. You found me and helped me. You deserve to make the wish," Skyler said sincerely. Nutty thought for a moment, then smiled. "Let's make a wish together. We'll wish for a lifetime of adventures and happiness for all the creatures in the Enchanted Forest." With that, they closed their eyes and made their wish. A soft, magical breeze swirled around them, and the feather vanished, leaving a trail of sparkling dust. From that day on, Nutty and Skyler were the best of friends, sharing countless adventures and spreading joy throughout the Enchanted Forest. The animals of the forest often spoke of the brave little squirrel and the grateful bluebird, whose kindness and courage brought magic to their lives. And so, the legend of Nutty and Skyler lived on, a testament to the power of friendship and the wonders of the Enchanted Forest. And they all lived happily ever after.